All right, here we are at the job site. As you can see, we actually have some 90-foot windows. I mean, it's like 6 stories up there. So what we have is a Xero destroyer. This is the 40 extension here. And then we also have the other extensions that will go up to 90 feet. This is the first time we tried it, first time we used it. So I'll let you guys know how it goes. We got the Unger, we got the old school Unger, and then we have the newer Unger. And we're setting the hoses up. What we're gonna do first is brush off the sill areas because you can't see it on the video, but they're really cobwebby. So there's lots and lots of cobwebs. So we'll see how it goes. What we found was that you kind of got to be at a good angle to be able to get up there because there's a lot of bow in the pole. But it's really stiff. It is stiff. It's heavy, and you can only do about, I don't know, 2 or 3 windows, and then you're you're kind of winded. So if you're in good shape, you might be able to do a little better, but yeah, staying a good distance. You can see how Joe's staying like I don't know, a little less than a 45-degree angle to keep it from moving back and forth, and to keep it from bowing back and forth. So it's because if you get too close and too in there, it really does bow. So hey Joe, is there any like specific tricks that you noticed, things to help someone that's using like the pole at that height?
Wait for it to respond to your last action before you try to make it do something else.
Yeah.
And then you're flipping around and letting it go on there.
It is. It's very flexible, and you can see it. So yeah, you gotta think like almost ahead. So when you move to the left, you gotta give it like a good second or two for it to kind of budge. Yeah.
Oh, and tightening up before everything goes up.
That was,
Or
yes.
Tighten so you can actually turn it to the bottom and turn it to the top.
Yeah.
And you don't just spin your
Yeah.
wheels.
Yeah, you want the ultimate like maneuverability. And so any of the joints like these, for example, any of the joints like these that are loose, and if they move back and forth, it really makes it annoying. And also the pole slides and it makes it shorter too. So we're doing like one pane at a time. So
watching this, don't anybody ever tell you your job is easy. So if you ever want to build your muscles, do this.
Yeah, show them what you got. Look at that. You could have all that. Shambles window cleaning.
That's good.
All right, here we are again. So we've been doing this probably at least, well, we've been doing it off and on for the last couple weeks. And there's a couple things that we've learned through the process. And there's been a lot of different challenges. We don't have any trees back here, but sometimes we have like trees and obstacles to go around. And that made it really difficult, but also the brush is a big thing too, just having the right angle, being on the glass. It's nice having a rinse bar. This is like a Tucker rinse bar. It makes it nice so that you can know that you're rinsing the glass without like a bunch of residue on it. So here they are. We're gonna set them up and get going.
How do you know the window's clean when you're doing it with water?
So you can see, you can feel it. You can definitely feel it. Like when it doesn't feel as gritty, you can definitely feel it. Not only that, if it's dripping and there is a circle that looks dry around, you know that you missed a spot or there's some lint on the window still. So you have to just go back and either scrub it and then re-rinse it. So you gotta recognize the way the window's drying, and if there's any spots that are still on the window. You can't see the dirt. All you can see is the way that it's drying, and so that way you can kind of tell what works and if it's good or not. If it's not, then you have to go back and scrub it again. But I mean, you asked some pretty good questions, man. That's good.
So when you're doing the technique of your body, you want to do it in a certain kind of motion, right? When you're doing the window, like what Joe is doing.
You really want to try to use your legs. And you can use your arms. Joe is doing it with his arms right now, and you can, but it's actually nice to like just teeter-totter, like back and forth with your legs. So you're using like your whole body. You can use your arms and your legs that way. So if a window's like really, really long, these are nice because they're not as long. But if a window's really long, it's good to be able to use your arms and your body, so you can go forward and far back. You know, so it just depends on how you want to do it, or how big the windows are and the technique that you're using. But and then here we'll show you guys how you take off the extension. So you take off. Usually you need 2 people. So he took it off. They come off like that. There's 2 pieces to these as well. So that's how you extend it once it's up, and then you can collapse it back down like that. So. And yeah, so we have 5 of these actually. to get 90 feet. Joe's really getting a workout right now. So
Would you want to?
we've been taking turns.
So would you want me to? What do you do when the wind starts blowing?
So another thing, like, so if this is the brush on the window and you're down here and the brush starts to go like that, you want to get underneath or a little bit farther over than where the brush is so that it keeps the brush stable. Because if it goes this way and you're over here and you're trying to manhandle and pull, when it's like that, you're not going to be able to bring it back over. So you got to use your positioning. That's the main thing, is like not your body, your strength or anything like that. You're actually using technique and position of your body to keep the brush from going one way or to the left or to the right.
And also, what is your best way of cleaning the window at a high angle like this? What is your best way of doing it?
Best way of doing it?
Yes, like how would you?
So what we've been doing is, so if this is the actual window, we would scrub the top part twice. So go across and then go back across and then scrub it all the way up and down, back and forth twice. And then we would rinse. And when we rinse it, we lift the brush up off the corner, go up the window, and then bring the brush to a normal level and then back down. And so we keep doing that as we're going across the window. So that's probably the best way of doing it. So.